Hey, listen, we got him here, man. The fat rat with the cheese, Lil O. What's going down?
Whoa, what's going down, man? Glad to be here.
For sure, man. It was a pleasure, man. An honor to have you here, man.
Off top, man. Salute to you boys for having me, man. Real talk.
For sure. So what's been going down, man?
Oh man, just grinding, man. Feeling real good, man. New music out right now, you know.
Yeah.
It's like you said, when you got a catalog like mine, and it's not even to sound arrogant, you know. It's like I always said, I don't want to put out nothing I felt couldn't live up to the standards
Yeah.
of the classics that I'm so. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
so when I see the response and the way this new music is still sounding, I'm loving it. You know, new single and video out right now called Bossed Up.
For sure.
And I think it's just quintessential. It sounds like classic Lil O, but still new. You get what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, we were just playing that. It's definitely it's a little old, but it's right now.
It's
you
now.
know what I'm saying? Yeah.
It don't sound dated.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, but I think it still kept the Texas integrity. You know,
The essence is there. Yeah.
Yeah. I think a lot of times people feel they gotta sound like somewhere else to pop. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's good to keep your identity. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I feel like Bossed Up is just the perfect representation of Lil O now.
For sure.
And I'm real proud of it. I'm real proud of the sound. I'm real proud of the video.
For sure.
The video is real dope. You know what I'm saying?
Who produced that and who shot the video?
It was produced by my man Kojak,
Okay.
and the video was shot by Trill Art.
Okay. Already.
shout out
Trill
to-
Art. Yeah. From PA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to Trill Art. He did a great job on the video. Shout out to Kojak. He produced the record. And it's just a big sounding record, you know what I'm saying? If you ain't heard it, and everybody listening, go to YouTube right now, pull up the video, Lil O Bossed Up. It's on all streaming platforms as well. Then, you know, also got another single, Lil O featuring DJ Michael Watts. It's called T Lee.
Yeah.
And
Banger, club banger.
yeah, it's
For the streets, you know
it's
what I'm
that
saying?
street banger,
Yeah.
trap banger, club banger. But I also feel like it kept the identity of H-Town too, because a lot of people feel that they got to go to other regions to be in the club, when I feel like we always had our own little, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We had our own little vibe that could still, you know, back didn't sound like anywhere else, but it still went everywhere.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Bet you can't do it. Didn't sound like anything, any other place, but it still went.
But it
everywhere.
went, yeah.
You get what I'm
Players
saying?
get chose, still get dropped now, and it gets sung word for word.
I'll never switch up what I am to try to sound like something else.
Yeah.
So that's why I brought in Michael Watts with the live
scratching.
scratching,
Yeah.
because you know I'm from that era of great MCs and DJs. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That was
hip-hop.
kinda-
Hip-hop.
Yeah, it's hip hop, but it was, you know, it's my definition of hip hop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you had Eric B and Rakim but I, you know, and all those dudes, all the legendary MC and
DJ combo.
DJ combos. But I just wanted to take you know, because I think at this time where it was so much auto tuning and stuff, I wanted to do a record that was still a street banger, but take it back to the essence.
Yeah.
I'll say this is my version of Southern hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So I heard the track and I was like, you know what? What would be dope was to bring some live scratching on here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And had Watts come in and bless the track. And it's just a banger to me, man. Like, we're getting ready to shoot the video. It's getting a great response. I really love that track, man. It's I ain't gonna lie, man. I think it's a record, you know. I think it's a record.
Yeah. T Lee, yeah, for sure. So
you know
that boss stuff. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, it's just that catch. And then
Yeah.
you know, some people always ask me, like, you know, what does T Lee mean? Because for those that ain't in the streets, you know what I'm saying. But I also think it's good to keep our own slang.
Yeah.
So those that know already. You know what I'm saying? Those that was out there already know. And for those that don't, I think that's good, because I'm exposing them to our H-Town sound.
Right. So
and slang.
for the ones that don't know.
T Lee is how we start a dice game.
For sure.
And T Lee, so it's like, and you know, down south we shoot dice, and H-Town we shoot dice. We don't shoot CeeLo and all that. We shoot dice. So
7-11, you know what I'm saying?
T Lee is, you take, you know, it's 2 dice in the dice game. So I take 1 dice.
Yeah.
Whoever I'm shooting against take the other dice. And we both roll.
We rolling, yeah.
And whoever get the highest number is who gets to roll first.
Right.
That's what a T Lee is.
Right.
So that's how we start a dice game.
Right.
So when I say on the song, T Lee, shoot the dice, done it once, done it twice.
Yeah.
I'm pretty much telling you about my life. I'm telling you, hey man, I took a chance with this shit.
Yeah.
I rolled. You know what I'm saying?
Huh.
I put it all on the line.
That's tough.
And I hit 7 and 11.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like life for me has been a dice game, man. I took a lot of chances, and you know, glory to God, I done hit 7 and 11.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's like T Lee, shoot the dice, done it once, done it twice.
Yeah.
Tell these niggas I'm back to balling, steak nah, no beans and rice.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, you know, a nigga
Talk
was
to him,
down,
man.
Yeah.
a nigga was down, but
Yeah.
yeah, you know, T Lee, man.
Yeah.
So it's that trap anthem, man, and club anthem, I think too. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So between those two, those are the two new records, and I'm feeling good about them, man. And that's how we rolling into the album on the way. And I'm just making music and feeding the streets, and I'm just glad after all this time I'm still being able to do what I do in such high fashion and live the way I'm living. And
Yeah.
you know, this shit done taken me all over the world, and
Yeah.
you know, it's been good to me, man. I'm
Yeah.
fresh off vacation, man.
Yeah.
Just
Where
got
you
back-
just got back from?
London and Paris, man.
Oh,
that's tough.
Yeah.
I was in London and Paris.
Bossed up
man.
for real. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I did it, you know.
It ain't just
I
the
did
music.
big croissants.
Yeah.
Big croissant, big beignets.
Everything,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Eating crepes and duck. Oh, man. The
Yeah.
duck in Paris is superb.
Yeah.
No cap. No cap,
Talk
man.
to him, Mo.
Go to the IG. It's our poster. Go to the gram, man.
Yeah.
I'm there live at 5 at the Eiffel Tower, man.
Yeah.
All everywhere, man.
Talk to him.
I let them have it in Paris, baby.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, we was at the Go Yard shop.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah, talk to him.
Buying baby purses. We did it right,
Come
man.
on,
The game
man.
did this for me, man.
Come on.
thankful.
Real.
After that, we hit London, you know. Went over, did the London Eye, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Saw some excellent museums, the Rosetta Stone,
Huh.
you know, all that good
You hit
stuff.
Seville
Huh.
Row.
Oh, Savile Row, man.
Yeah.
We hit, you know, we hit Selfridges. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hair.
Oh, yeah. Hakkasan, Harrods, all that
Yeah.
good stuff. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All the mandatory stops in London was well addressed. Man.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's all on the ground, man.
Well documented.
It's all on the ground, man.
Yeah.
You know, fine dining, Michelin star restaurants. Yeah.
Michelin star.
You know, three and up, strictly.
Come
man.
on now.
You know, so yeah, it was a great vacation. Man.
Yeah, it sounded like a phenomenal experience, man.
Man, what was
Amazing.
Yeah.
And now we back blowing up some awesome,
Yeah.
talking on a podcast, talking about what we love.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For
man.
sure. That's
you know,
what
I
it
always
is.
tell people, man, you know, I ain't Jay-Z, but I feel extremely blessed, man.
Yeah.
And you know, it's crazy.
That's
you know,
a blessing,
it's because
though.
you know it's
That's a
crazy
blessing.
because someone told me, they said, you know, and this ain't even cap, you know. It's like I was talking, you know, they say, oh, you too humble. I say, you know, because I always say, well, I'm not saying I'm Hov or nothing, but a nigga from down here, forget, I think he was from Lake Charles. He said, well, shit, to us you is.
Yeah.
yeah.
Nigga, we raised those shit.
Yeah.
We was raised off your, this what we trapped to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Food on the table saved my life. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So it's like, it hit different now when you
Yeah.
understand the impact, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Nah, that's what's up, man. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely a blessing, you know what I'm saying? Let's take it back a little bit though. Tell me before you got into rap, you know what I'm saying? Before you got into music and shit, what was really going down? Like what were you into and shit?
Trapping. It's not even, if you hear Can't Stop,
Yeah.
that was the very first record I ever did. And it symbolizes exactly what was going on in my life. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about young nigga out on the west, in between there and the car, just you know, the West life from Braeswood to Woodfair on down to
Club Creek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, and I think people got to realize the significance, because now when you say West and Braeswood, Woodfair, everybody knows it now.
Yeah.
But back then,
Nobody was
Nobody
claiming the
was
West.
talking about the
no,
West.
Yeah.
it wasn't cool to be from the West.
Yeah.
Niggas didn't know those blocks. It was niggas on the west, and they was saying, "Oh, we on the west, but we really from South Park, Third Ward." You know, they wanted that. You get what I'm saying?
That's what's going
so
on.
the significance of it now, it just lets you know how real it was, because the things I was saying and the people I was talking about and the corners I was talking about, nobody knew them.
Yeah.
It was so it was a real introduction
To the West.
You know what I'm saying? Now niggas want to be dubbed, and you hear about these legendary corners.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, but you heard about
know
it
what
first.
the piper was.
They didn't know about none of that, man. You know what I'm saying? It was a real introduction to it, and that was just my life. That's what I knew. You get what I'm saying? And that's those are the corners that gave me the inspiration for a lot of the music I made, the things I seen, the ups, the downs, the smiles and frowns.
So was it something was it still, was it something that happened that made you want to just go full-time rap? Or did you just kind of just go into
in and out of jail, catching cases, it's just, you kind of,
get tired of that shit.
You get tired of it. You know what I'm saying? You get tired of it. You understand there's no future in it. And then, also when you got a family that, I don't come from a family of trappers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I come from a family of educated people.
Okay, let's talk about that, because you always hear about well, why this one would choose that? Let's kind of dive into that.
Yeah.
Like, it's just personal choice, right?
It's like I'm an immigrant.
Yeah.
So that means a lot of people don't know this. They think I was born here. I was born in Africa. I was born in Nigeria.
Okay.
I moved here when I was 6 months old.
Okay.
So as a child of of an immigrant, a first generation thing, you got to remember it's a different world there. So even if my dad, had money or education, it's like coming from Africa. It's like I remember the first time I asked my dad for some Jordans. You don't appreciate stuff like this till you get older and you understand.
Yeah.
And he asks, you say, well, how much did they cost? And I'd be like, I think they were $150 at the time. You know what I'm saying? And he like, to tell a man that comes from the third world
for $150 for some shoes.
He was like, I was 30 years old and a doctor before I had my first pair of shoes that cost $100. You're not getting that. You know how niggas used to go to the barber shop every week and get cut?
Yeah.
Back then a haircut was $10.
$10.
There's no cap. My old man ain't never been to nobody barber school, nothing. I'm talking about no skills whatsoever. He bought Oysters Clippers. Not the time for it had the white boy on the bottom.
Yeah.
It wasn't even for
it wasn't the wall clippers.
It wasn't even for the. And that nigga used to cut our hair, man. Man, we used to go to school with fucked up edges.
So, and kids cruel, so I'm sure.
That's it, man. Come on, man. That was back in the days where, niggas called you African booty scratcher.
That's what I was going to ask you if you got the African booty scratcher. Yeah.
African booty scratcher, your edge fucked up, handy-downs, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, I kind of fell into, you know what?
You gonna change this shit.
I'm gonna change this shit. Mm-hmm. And it kind of stumbled upon, because the way I started hustling was I was dating this girl.
Okay.
I was dating this girl. This is a real story, right?
Right.
I was dating this girl. I'll never forget. She was from South Park.
That's pretty much how it goes.
But her best friend stayed on the West.
Okay.
So I went to visit her.
Yeah.
In Southwest Gardens.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, she would come out to the West. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't go out to there,
Yeah.
But she was older than me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm like 15, 16. She like in her 20s.
Okay.
So, her friend had her own spot, everything. And one day I was over there, man. And her best friend's boyfriend comes in. This on Airport and Fondren.
Oh.
This before they tore down the gardens. This was Southwest Gardens.
Right.
City under siege every night,
Yeah.
the gardens, man. And a nigga walked in. You know, I had never seen a real gun in my life. And I was just sitting on the couch.
15.
Yeah, 15. And nigga walked in with a big old 9. I was there with my partners. And he walked in, and he had a gun in his hand. And he looked at us, and I was like, and he was like, who is these niggas? You know? And old girl was like, the Chanel boyfriend and his friend. And he looked at me and said, all right. And he went back there, man, to talk to his homegirl, man. And 5 minutes later, you just heard her hollering, man. And he beat the living shit out that girl, man. That's my first time being exposed
to anything.
So you get
like
into everything.
Yeah, like, man, like, you know how some niggas say, you know, I don't know, I think a lot of these niggas, but that was my first time seeing some real wild niggas beating up hoes, walking into houses with pistols.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't grow up seeing that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I grew up, hey, you say yes, sir.
No,
sir. You go to school.
Yeah.
Handle your business.
And you getting all this shit one visit. You getting the gun, you getting the motherfucking domestic violence.
Yeah,
you getting the
exactly. Yeah, I'm like, you know, I saw wild shit, you know, but shit at school, you know, niggas fighting and boxing.
But some real
shooting dice. This is different, dog.
So you saw the domestic violence and the trapping shit all in one night?
Well, we ain't even got to trap.
Oh.
I'm telling you, that was my influence.
Okay.
So when I seen that, he walked out and I didn't know what was going on. He just looked at me and he left, man. And the girl came out, man. I'm talking about she had a black eye. She was screaming. But apparently she was used to that. That was her life. Mm-hmm. It just so happened to this day that her boyfriend was one of the biggest gangsters on the West.
Man.
I don't want to say his name because he's still literally...
He doing his thing. Okay.
But being that the girl I was dating and the girl he was dating were best friends, the more started going over, we just started getting cool. Mm-hmm. He was older than me too, because remember, these girls were older than me.
Right.
Somehow we just got close. So I was just, he just started taking me around with him. You know what I'm saying? Be like, okay, that's so-and-so's little homie.
Yeah. And
then back then we had this thing called J-Day. That's when every, you know, the J's would come out.
Okay.
And it was the first time I really knew about, you know, the whole J-Day thing on the Southwest. You knew back
this
then,
wasn't a school thing? This was a hood thing or what?
Yeah, this hood thing.
Okay.
Because on every corner, you knew who was getting money. Because that was back then when niggas used to be on the block.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say a nigga name, but when them gray J's came out, me and my partner here had got them the day before.
Yeah.
And we went to the mall the next day because we was gonna sell our shoes.
Yeah.
And I got the ticket. I ended up selling it to one of them cats. And one of them cats went in that foot action, bro, and bought every damn size from an 8 to a 12, bro.
Yeah.
And that was my first time ever seeing that shit. And that was at Sharpstown Mall on the West. It was a nigga from the West getting money. And him and his crew came in there, cleaned it out and left.
It was almost like a badge of honor because on J-Day, you rode through the West and you'd go look out to see who was on each corner. And you'd be like, okay, them niggas from West Belford getting money. All them niggas out there jayed up.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you got us fucked up, man. West Airport, nigga, we out here. We jayed up too. Okay, we could hit the bray. Okay, them niggas, you know, them niggas got their J's on too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you go by, if you go by each corner and then, man, them niggas ain't even jayed up, man. They block slow.
Yeah.
Them niggas block slow, man. Them niggas ain't even jayed up. So it became a thing on J-Day. Hey, man, if the niggas on your corner ain't got the J's, your block ain't popping.
Yeah.
You need to pick something else.
So the nigga told me one day, say, hey, man, the new J's coming out. You gonna get them? And I was like, nah, man, I ain't got no money. I can't afford them. And he was like, you want to know how to get them?
Yeah, and this nigga's like how much older than you? You said
he's like 5 years older than me. Yeah,
okay.
So he's like, I'm like 15, 16. He's like in his 20s.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can see
he's
how
still typically a young nigga.
Okay.
But you got
to you, he's just a grown ass man.
And then on top of that, he is 20, but he rolling with older, and this nigga's a certified monster.
Yeah.
Like when I tell niggas, hey man, my OGs was like niggas talk about killers and these like you say this name right now.
Yeah.
They'll be like, oh yeah, man. You know.
Yeah.
These like, you know how I hate to say it, but you know how penitentiaries are built? Some niggas is naturally menaces to society, you understand?
Yeah.
This nigga a menace to society. Like it's kinda like it to me, sometimes it amazes me he's still alive.
He's still out and shit?
Oh yeah. In and out, but you know. And this was the nigga that raised me in the streets, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he was like, you wanna know how to do it? And I was like, yeah. What I gotta do?
And there you go.
And nigga pulled out a 50 pack.
Hmm.
It was 5 wholesale rocks, 20s a piece. I'll never forget. They said each one of these is worth $20. It's 5, it's 100. I said, okay. He said, but I'm gonna give it to you for 50. And you're gonna go out there. This was on West Airport and Fondren and Southwest Gardens. People always think Braeswood was the first black house store there. Right. I started in the Gardens. Right. You know what I'm saying? Me, Lil Norris, R.I.P., E. Clark, all the original Southwest Gardens, you know, Lil Billy, all them. That's where I started at. Pike and Galen.
Pike and Galen, I done heard their names before.
R.I.P. That's,
okay.
you know. It was my first connects. I can say they name. They dead now, so
okay.
I can't be,
right.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're going to give it to you for 50. You're going to go out there. And whenever someone, this is when dope corners was just, it was out in public. Cars just pulled up, you know. You'll kind of know, and they'll ask you. And a lot
and
of
this is like what year?
This had to be, what, 94 maybe?
Okay.
Doing that?
Yeah, around that time. It was jumping around mid-90s.
Mid-90s. It was the 90s.
Yeah, mid-90s.
Mid-90s. You know, so it's like the niggas knew me from being with old boy.
Yeah. So it was good.
It's not, but still, I'm still on a corner that these, you know, it's, you know. But, so I was like, so just go out there, they gonna say nothing. And I'll never forget, that nigga went out there. He said, my little brother finna be out here trapping now. And don't no one better fuck with him.
That was that.
And that was that. And the first day, I'll never forget, I made like $400 and like some stupid amount. Like, I think it was like 2 hours, like the block was rolling. And nigga, the devil snatched my soul.
That was it.
And the rest.
I bet you ain't got them J's, did you?
Oh man, life changed. You get what I'm saying? And then
this is at 15.
Yeah, this is at 15.
Yeah.
And then you mix that with that old school African discipline I was raised with.
So now you're on some other shit.
Yeah, it's like I came up so quick, you know, and you know, because it was discipline, you know what I'm saying?
Make the money, save the money, you know what I'm saying?
And it's not like you could show it because I mean shit, you was at home with
you know, it's just
you had to be smart about what was going on.
I started being around other niggas and they'd be like, man, this kid. So next thing you know, you around plugs.
Yeah.
And you know, they just know, you know, older niggas be knowing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like they be like, man, what you doing out here, man? You smart little nigga. Like, there's something different about you. Whoop de whoop.
Yeah.
Then the next thing you know, I would be buying bigger amounts of dope. You know, the niggas they knew. You know, I came up quick. Then the older niggas started peeping like, you fuck with that little nigga, man. Then they peeped that, you know, I'd come right back. I could be trusted. Then, you know, shit went sour. You know, shit went nuts, man.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, nigga was on bricks and, you know.
And so how long it took to go from that to that?
Wait to master the game, to go from rocks to weight. Because people that don't really know the game, they always say, oh, I'll go to rock from bricks. That ain't how it works. No one start like that.
Yeah.
You go start off from being on the corner with rocks.
Right.
From that, you'll save up. You might get 2 ounces, 2.5 ounces. Then you chop that down into wholesale.
Yeah.
That's when you're doing, hey, man, you take an ounce, chop it into 4 quarters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The niggas that selling rocks, you might sell them a quarter. They chop it down and sell it on the block. So then I went from rocks to that for a while.
Yeah.
And then, eventually it turned into 4.5, then 9 ounces, then,
And then once you get
half
to
a
the
brick.
then once you get to the Ninas, it
but
kind of
once you get to once you start 9,
18.
9, 18,
Yeah.
niggas be thinking you have to be on a brick to be getting money.
Yeah.
Nah.
You start touching 9, 18, I felt like I was Puff Daddy. I'm just being real,
Yeah.
because you seeing some,
Yeah.
good
Seeing some
money.
Some money out there, yeah.
Man, you young, like you don't really, like, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
20,000 in the shoebox is,
A lot of money.
That's a
Especially-
young
Yeah.
nigga, and you still out here doing stupid shit, maker, guest,
Starter jackets.
everything. The white ones.
Yeah.
The white one. The
But
blue,
are
I'm
you
talking about-
at the crib still with all this?
Nah, I got my own.
You didn't
crib.
got- yeah, okay.
I got my own spot. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
So what age
But
did
I'm
you
having
move
cars
out,
I
though?
pulled out 17.
Okay.
But see, this is how I actually moved out. I was still having money in that, but I would lie and say, hey, I'm working after school. And, my dad was always gone working, and my mom died at an early age.
Okay.
My mom died of cancer when I was 13.
Okay.
So that's another thing they had. I think if my mom was alive, monitoring but I'm one of 5. So my dad always had to work. He had 5 kids to support. You get what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So him being gone, it's like a lot of shit I could slip through the cracks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So finally this shit caught up to me running with some plugs and I caught my first dope case.
Yeah.
And the shit was so big it hit the newspaper. And it's literally was on the front page of the newspaper, and that's how my dad found out.
No shit.
And,
Hold on. So
and I was gone, and I was so scared. This is how real it was.
it was like a
17
bust or some shit?
yeah, undercover drug bust.
Yeah.
DA, everything. High speed chase on the freeway.
Oh, nine.
Oh yeah. I was high speed chase, burn. I hit 59. I talk about it in songs too.
Yeah.
Yeah, throwing dope out the window. I'm talking about like
Yeah.
I was trying to get somewhere.
Yeah.
But I remember being so terrified that I stayed in jail for I lied and told my old man that I went out of town. But the whole time I told my brother, hey man, tell my old man that I went out of town.
Did your siblings know you was up? What was going down and shit?
They kind of knew. The other ones were too little.
Yeah.
But my older one didn't. He was hearing, but he didn't know.
Yeah.
So I told him, hey, tell him I went out of town with my friends.
Yeah.
And I thought I was just gonna be in trouble because just leaving. Because that's how terrified I was of telling my old man that I'm in jail for selling dope.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it come to find out the last time, cause I called my brother. I had someone call him my 3-way, and I remember him saying, "What the fuck?" And I was like, "What?" He said, "It's the news." I said, "The newspaper." I said, "Man, look, man." I was like, "Man, my life is over, man. I'm dead.
Yeah.
I'm dead." And African daddy, selling dope. You gotta
Did
go.
they feel like it brought shame?
Yeah, it's like it was an embarrassment, and then for it to be in a newspaper.
Yeah.
It was like a big embarrassment to my family.
Because the Nigerian community is pretty close.
Yeah,
close,
exactly.
tight knit.
It was a big shame. Like it was a big deal, bro. And finally, I bonded out. It was out, and what do you want to do with your life? But by that time, I was damn near a kingpin, man. I was rolling with the kingpins, and I didn't know no better back then, man.
Yeah.
And then it's like, you can't stay here if you're going to be done. And I 86. And that was, look, man. This
So you were done with school and all this shit at this
point? It was done.
Yeah, all that shit.
Then I caught another case on Wolfare. And that's the one where I almost died. I think I talk about it in Fat Rat with the Cheese when I swallowed
That's
a
what
bunch
I was
of
gonna ask you about that one. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Tell me about. Let's go back to that
I was
story.
on Wolfare serving somebody, and it was nighttime, and a security guard ran up on my undercover, but it was nighttime,
Yeah.
so I thought it was a law,
Yeah.
So he flashed his flashlight and put a gun in my car, and I think I must have had at least 3 ounces chopped up,
Yeah.
for wholesale. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And he said, "Don't move." And they always keep units by So I knew the cops was on the way. And I was like, man, I'm already out on bond for another dope case. Shit. And I didn't really realize how much I had on me at the time, man.
Mm.
I just remember blacking out. And what saved my life, I was at Bentall, I blacked out, I had OD'd. They had already called my old man and said, hey, you know, you got your son here, he's pretty much gonna die.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? And this is actually it was a Nigerian doctor that worked at the hospital. And he saw my last name. And he's like, wait a second. And he saw my first name. Oriel Lua, that's my first name. I mean, it was a Nigerian name. And he's like, because I have a very distinctive last name. He's like, man, this is Dr. Magnus Lawson's son. And he gave me, I think, an extra push of epidural or something. They just tried to keep me alive.
Yeah.
And he called my dad personally and said, hey, man, you know, because like you said, the community saw.
Yeah.
Hey, man, your son's down here. You know, I don't know if he's going to stay alive or dying, but we're going to keep on fighting till you get here. You know what I'm saying? We ain't just going to let him, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And by the grace of God,